You guys seen a picture of it in the beginning of this video that I put up. Monday Night Raw is doomed. Monday Night Raw is doomed with the season premiere of Monday Night Football next week. Shows like this are not going to help WWE against Monday Night Football. Talk about getting demolished, putting up horrible, awful, pathetic shows like this. They're going to get demolished by Monday Night Football next week. I'm telling you right now. The season of the NFL is going to have a huge impact on the Monday Night Raw ratings. And quite frankly, can you blame people if they watch football over Raw next week? Because this show was horrible tonight. This show was horrible to the fact that I'm going to try my best to get out of here in 25 minutes. Because this show does not deserve for me to go over 30 minutes. It does not deserve my time and my energy to you guys, even though I will give you the best review I possibly can. But before we dive into Monday Night Raw, the awful show tonight, I got a major announcement that I'm going to say right now. We are over 200 subscribers here on the Big Fight Field channel, and I appreciate you guys, to everyone who got me to 200 subscribers. Next week, I'm not sure what day next week, but next week, here on the Big Fight Field channel, I am happy to announce that we are going to have a 200 subscriber Q&A video. Yes, you heard it, folks. For the 200 subscribers here on the channel. And we're also coming close to the 1-year anniversary of the Big Fight Field channel, which is going to be on October 2nd. We're going to have a 200 subscriber Q&A video next week right here on the Big Fight Field channel. So in the comments section, and I'll tweet it out sometime tomorrow as well, you can send in as many questions as you want, and I will answer it in the Q&A video sometime next week. I'll figure that out. But let's dive into Raw. I'm going to try to hurry up with this, because really, if you did not watch Raw tonight, you missed nothing. You missed nothing outside of one thing, and we'll get to that. So this show opened up with Randy Orton, and he was cutting a promo that he earned the WWE Championship match, where he already was granted a match by Drew McIntyre at Clash of Champions. But the thing is Drew even going to make it to Clash of Champions? And then we hear the ambulance noise. It drives out to the ring, and Drew McIntyre's in it. How many times have we seen this from past superstars? We've seen this way too many times, and it's just an overkill. It's lazy, and it's just generic. So Drew McIntyre comes out, and he brawls with Orton, and he gives him a Claymore kick. I thought that was a lame opening segment to Monday Night Raw. We got the Hurt Business, MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin versus Ricochet, Cedric Alexander, and Apollo Crews. This match went 5 minutes. But this was good. And quite frankly, this was the only good thing on the show tonight. Out of 3 hours, we had one good thing. How disappointing is that? How disappointing is that we only got one good thing out of 3 hours? So Apollo is going to tag Ricochet, and Ricochet gets pulled off the apron by Cedric Alexander. He gets pulled off the apron by Cedric Alexander. He's throwing him into the barricade, into the ring, and then he's looking at Apollo, and Apollo's like, "What are you doing, man? What is this?" And then Shelton attacks him. Apollo's brawling with Shelton. Cedric hits the lumbar check on Apollo Crews, and Cedric helps the Hurt Business win the match. And then Cedric is staring at the Hurt Business, giving him smiles, and then they get back later on in the night. Street Profits versus Garza and Andrade. Same match as it's been since April. We've been getting the same stuff. I think it's over after tonight, I hope. But the Street Profits won in 3 minutes after Garza walked out on Andrade and Zelina Vega. Then after the match, out came the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. And, I don't even remember what happened. I'm literally sitting here, and I don't even remember what happened. That's how much I care about this show. So I think Nakamura and Cesaro were cutting. Nakamura and Cesaro were cutting promo. They're saying we won, and then they stopped, and the Street Profits stopped them and said we're the best tag team champions in the WWE. We want to prove that next Monday in a champion versus champion tag team match. Now, this would have been a perfect opportunity to merge the tag team divisions, because Monday Night Raw does not have a tag team division. SmackDown does not have a tag team division. What they should have done here is they should have made this match for Clash of Champions. That's a real Clash of Champions right there. The Raw Tag Team Champions versus the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And the winner becomes the WWE Tag Team Champions. None of this Raw Tag Team Champions, SmackDown Tag Team Champions. They need to merge the tag team divisions. Did they do that? Of course not. We got a champions versus champions non-title match. Why? Ratings, folks. Ratings. Next week is the premiere of Monday Night Football. They're getting desperate. You could tell all night. All night. Peyton Royce defeated Billy Kay in 5 minutes. I'm not going to go over this. We got an interview with the Mysterio family. They're in the ring. They're talking with Charlie Caruso about everything that Seth and Murphy have been putting them through and his family the past 5 months. It's felt like they've been feuding since May. It's September. Can we move on, please? I bet there's probably going to be some match at Clash of Champions, but, I mean, Jesus Christ. They've been feuding since after Money in the Bank. Can we move on, please? Do we have anything else for these guys to do? Please. So Murphy gets on the Titantron, and he cuts a promo, and then he challenges Dominic to a street fight in the main event, and Dominic accepts. We got Asuka and Mickie James versus Natalya and Lana. 7 minutes, nothing special. Asuka tapped out Lana. The fact that Lana got to share the same ring as someone that she is much worse than with Asuka. Lana is one of the worst women's wrestlers on that roster, and Asuka is one of the best. The fact that Asuka had to wrestle Lana is a disgrace. That's an absolute disgrace to the Raw Women's Champion. And then we get announced that next week, instead of Clash of Champions, now you would think that WWE would save Mickie James and Asuka for Clash of Champions, knowing that every title has to be defended on Clash of Champions. But no, we're getting this match next week on Monday Night Raw, instead of at Clash of Champions. And I brought this up earlier, and I'll bring it up again. Why are we getting this match next week? Ratings. Ratings. R-A-T-I-N-G-S. Ratings. ratings. We got the VIP lounge with new guest Cedric Alexander. This segment. It was just basically to introduce Cedric to the Hurt Business. Cedric said, "I've been stuck behind a guy who's called himself the one and only for months, and I've gotten nothing out of it. I don't have cash in my pocket. Why am I standing up for Apollo Crews for him to get his championship match instead of mine?" Then we get a big brawl, and we get an 8-man tag between the Hurt Business, Apollo Crews, Ricochet, and the Viking Raiders. Couldn't we have just waited for this next week? The VIP lounge and the 8-man tag. Why did we have to rush for it tonight? I don't understand that whatsoever. And what happened at the end was not worth it, because you had a horrible finish, and Ivar was going for a suicide dive. He landed really awkwardly, and then once he was laying on the ground, he was going for the X. So more than likely, freaking Ivar, hopefully not, but I think he tore his ACL tonight. And if he did, thoughts and prayers with Ivar. That looked very scary. But this finish was dumb. We got Cedric hitting a Miku driver on Ricochet. The referee goes 1, 2, Ricochet kicked out, and the referee rang for the bell. I don't know what that was, but my God, that looked awful. I do not know who produced that finish, but man, you need to do a better job. You really need to do a better job at that. That looked horrible. The third hour of Raw. Randy Orton and Keith Lee. 2 weeks ago, we got this match. It was 5 minutes, and it was a DQ finish due to Drew McIntyre. This week, Keith Lee, Randy Orton again. 5 minutes. DQ by Drew McIntyre. So Drew can give Randy Orton a claymore to the face. How is this benefiting Keith Lee? How is it benefiting Keith Lee being in this segment at all? Thank God they did not 50-50 book Keith Lee, because then his win at Payback would have meant nothing. If he lost tonight, that win against Randy Orton on pay-per-view would have meant nothing. And I counted up in my head. I know the amount of time. Okay, Keith Lee and Randy Orton have had 3 matches in 2 weeks. 3 matches in 2 weeks. And they faced each other for a total of 16 minutes. Their first match was 4 minutes. The match at Payback was 7. And tonight's match was 5 minutes. How can anybody justify this? How does this do any good for Keith Lee? I cannot get my head around that. How this does good for Keith Lee. I just cannot get my head around it. The entire night, we had Raw Underground, and we had Babatunde lay out both Aleister Black and Kevin Owens. Apparently, they were supposed to be fighting for a half hour, which I don't believe whatsoever, but this is a waste of time on Raw. This is a huge waste of time. Is anybody getting over in Raw Underground? Is anybody getting over? No. So with that being said, this needs to die. This needs to die. Cannot wait till I'm done here, man. Cannot wait until I'm done. we got the Riot Squad versus Shayna Baszler. Now, the Riot Squad are the #1 contenders for the women's tag team titles. More than likely, it's going to be the Riot Squad versus Shayna and Nia Jax at Clash. What do they do tonight? They book 2 handicap matches. 2 with the Riot Squad versus Shayna Baszler and the Riot Squad versus Nia Jax. How am I supposed to get excited over this? You're just giving me the same match we're going to get at Clash of Champions more than likely in 2 separate matches. It's so lazy. It's so lazy, man. It's not even funny. And then the first handicap match was 3 minutes. Shayna Baszler lost clean after she was made to look like a monster against Sasha and Bayley at Payback. She does this and she loses in 3 minutes to Liv Morgan. I'm not going to take anything away from Liv Morgan, but Jesus Christ, after the last segment, why couldn't Nia Jax take the pin? Why couldn't Nia Jax take the pin? Because Retribution cut a promo during that match, and I was in the bathroom, and I did not pay attention, but why do we have to have Shayna Baszler lose and not Nia Jax? I don't get this. I don't get it. The show is pathetic. This show is absolutely pathetic. Main event. Dominic Mysterio versus Murphy. And I wanted the show to be over so bad that I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I really had a hard time paying attention to this match. I paid attention to the ending where Murphy was getting stuff underneath the ring. And it was Murphy tying Dominic up to the ropes. He was going to do the thing that Seth did to him. Ray took the kendo stick. Murphy tried to get it back. Then Murphy went under the ring. He got a table. Dominic did a sunset flip to Murphy. Murphy went through the table. Then the entire Mysterio family tied up Murphy. And they started hitting Murphy with kendo sticks. Angie, Aaliyah, the daughter, Ray, and Dominic were all hitting Murphy with kendo sticks. And then Murphy said, I'm done. Which kind of confused me because, yeah, Dominic won this match. But this was a street fight. This was a street fight. This was not a I Quit match. I don't get the finish whatsoever, but it is what it is. This show sucks. This show's awful. It's so awful, man. Anybody who defends this garbage, I mean, more than likely, I'm a respectable guy, okay? I'm a respectable guy, and I can respect people's opinions. But I just do not know. I don't know anybody in the community who sits down for 3 hours and at 11 o'clock, when Raw is over, says, wow, I got something out of those 3 hours. That was a good show tonight. I got nothing. Nothing good came out of tonight's Raw. Nothing. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have not already, subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a stacked week here on the channel. We got NXT Super Tuesday Part 2 tomorrow night. Wednesday's a big night. The fallout of All Out for AEW Dynamite. And I will have a guest. My good friend Nathan Hansen will be on the channel on Wednesday night. We're going to talk about Dynamite. We're going to talk about his experience at All Out. Yes, he was at the All Out pay-per-view on Saturday. So we're going to have a big show on Saturday for you guys here on the channel. And then Friday we'll round off the week with SmackDown here on the channel. comment down below. I want to know what you guys thought of tonight's Monday Night Raw. If you thought the same that I did and you liked what I had to say about tonight's video, hit that like button and then follow me on Twitter at comment_Joseph and send your questions in the comment section for the 200 subscriber and 1 year anniversary Q&A. You can type a question in the comments right now. I'm getting out of here. I'll see you guys back tomorrow for NXT Super Tuesday Part 2. And I hope we crown a new NXT champion. Will it be Finn Balor? Will it be Adam Cole? Or will we get a disqualification? I'll see you guys tomorrow night for NXT here on the channel. Stay safe.